Greetings, everybody, from the Blake's Estate Stadium in Plymouth, Montserrat. This is Concacaf Nations League action today in League B, Group B, as Montserrat plays host to Barbados. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, thrilled to have you with us as we take a look at the pitch conditions in Montserrat. 83 degrees, some winds coming in as we saw a few days ago in Montserrat's last group fixture. We are hoping that Mother Nature continues to stay calm for us today. As you look at the group standings, Nicaragua have already assured themselves a place in League A for the next iteration of the Nations League, and Montserrat have already clinched safety for League B play next time around. However, they're still hoping to build off of their tremendous win over the Dominican Republic here last time out, able to hold off a late surge from the DR, who will finish likely second in the group. For Barbados, it's been a very up and down group stage so far, still looking for that first big result. To finish here with a win would be a heck of a high note to a turbulent group stage. These two have already met in this group stage. Back on match day 1, Montserrat were able to go to Barbados and win by 3-2. A Lyle Taylor stoppage time winner in the 98th minute was the difference the last time these two met. We expect similar drama here today. Of course, the group composition is pretty much in place. Of course, the potential chance of a Montserrat jump up into second place still potentially in play, but they've already done the big bit, I should say, which is securing safety in League B for the next iteration of the Nations League. Barbados know that they've been relegated to League C. It has been a tough group stage for them. However, they are hoping to get their first points on the board and finish on a heck of a high note after Montserrat hit the ultimate high, beating the Dominican Republic here by 2-1 last time out. It promises to be a very fun contest that could be filled with plenty of dramatic moments. We will step aside. The national anthems are next. The lineups will follow, and then we will kick things off in Plymouth, Montserrat, between Montserrat and Barbados, coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to this 2023-2024 Concacaf Nations League group match, the national teams of Barbados and Montserrat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able, please rise to the national anthem of Barbados. Ladies and gentlemen, remain standing for the national anthem of Montserrat.
Sean St. Jacques back here with you after the rendition of both countries' national anthems, moments away from the start of this Nations League League B Group B tie between Montserrat in those beautiful emerald greens and against Barbados in their road blues this afternoon here in Plymouth. Montserrat. Again, Montserrat have done the big part of what they were tasked to do in this group stage, which was to stay in League B. Barbados know that they will be playing League C soccer next season in the Nations League, but hoping they can end this campaign on a high. Here are the starting lineups for both teams. There was a big change in the Montserrat 11. Brandon Comley was injured in the warm-up, so he's replaced by Brandon Barzy, who was one of the heroes in Montserrat's big win last time out against the Dominican Republic. Josiah Dyer and Dominic Richmond will be crucial up front. Kaleem Strawbridge scoring as well will be a critical cog. He had the match winner last time out. Moeth Gomez of St. Vincent the Grenadines is our head official today. It is a St. Vincent the Grenadines and St. Kitts and Nevis officiating crew today for this group stage tie. Craig Braham is the Montserrat captain. On the other side of the coin, the Barbados 11, Emerson Boyce's group looks like this. Akeem Hill captains the side. Andre Butcher and Zachary Applewhite in the midfield will be very important to try to make life for Keon Atkins up front a little bit easier as far as scoring the goals. And of course, Mario Williams and Andre Applewhite will be critical defensively in front of Liam Braithwaite, who was in goal between the sticks. Of course, for Montserrat, they just came off one of their best wins in recent memory, taking down the Dominican Republic here by 2-1 on the last match day, which of course opened the door for Nicaragua to seal promotion into League A as Group B winners. Montserrat can finish on 9 points, which would be some achievement, and potentially still have a chance to usurp the Dominican Republic for second if certain things go their way in the tiebreakers category. But they just want to finish on a high note after reaching the ultimate climax last time out. The whistle goes, and Montserrat and their greens get us started here in Plymouth. They'll be kicking from right to left on this final match day in the group. Just about everything decided, but Montserrat want to finish with 9 points in this group. And of course, Barbados hoping to get their first result on their last chance of asking in the group. This game was one of the games that began the group stage in the Concacaf Nations League in League B, and it delivered back in September. Montserrat eking one out with a 3-2 win. That incredible stoppage time winner by Lyle Taylor, which has looked more and more important as the match days have gone by in this group. There's no question about that. We expect some great play again and potentially some more drama to wrap things up before we get to some of the bigger games later on today in League A, of course. Nice turn inside by Akil Applewhite, who's been one of the Barbados regulars over these last few Nations League campaigns. This ball is fluttered over the top, and it will be shielded out of play for an early goal kick to be taken by Corin Brooks, who was in goal for Montserrat today. Was one of the heroes amongst a bunch of heroes for the Emerald Boys last time out, in a game against the Dominican Republic where they were heavy underdogs. They pulled off the 2-1 win. They had a 2-0 lead. Dominican Republic had a chance to get back into the match. They got a goal back late with 15 minutes to go. However, because of some great Montserrat defending, it wasn't enough, and the Dominican Republic will be playing League B Nations League games next season because of it. And Montserrat, of course, will stay in League B because of it when the Nations League comes around again. Was there a little nudge in the back there? Referee had a look at it, says nothing doing. And Montserrat had possession, however, it's cheaply given away, and it is a Barbados throw on the far side. And again, since that opening fixture for Barbados, it has been tough sledding. There's no question about that. And it's really been the defensive side of the game that's let Barbados down. It'll be something that they'll have to work on in this game and moving forward. Since the 3-2 defeat against Montserrat, they've given up at least 5 goals in 3 games. And of course, they lost 4-0 to Nicaragua last time out. Barbados haven't scored since October 16th, a couple of match days ago, when they nearly gave Dominican Republic a huge scare themselves in the DR. However, after falling behind, the Dominican Republic did win the game by 5-2. Barbados has actually been outscored 19-3 since match day 1. And obviously, they have to work on that defensive structure. There's no question about that. But it leads us into talking about how great Montserrat's defensive improvements have been. And in short order as well, they had struggled with a similar issue in this group stage. But man, did they ever rectify that last time out. Nearly keeping a clean sheet against the Dominican Republic and obviously getting the 3 points. They're looking to carry that over and get a quick start in this game. They have a set piece on the near side. Ball is whipped in with pace, and it is deflected high into the air. Crucial defensive intervention at Barbados' near post is kept alive by Strawbridge for a brief moment. And then Braham of Dulwich Hamlet, I should say, in the English lower leagues, is able to clear the ball away. As you may expect, there is quite a bit of English influence on this Montserrat team. We highlighted that the last time out. Lots of lower league teams, but historic teams represented, some non-league sides in the mix as well. We've mentioned Dulwich Hamlet, a popular lower level team in England, but of course Birmingham City represented, Reading, both of the second division, Crewe Alexander as well. Brandon Comley, who got injured in the warm-up, plays for one of the most historic clubs on the planet, Bolton Wanderers, another English lower league side. And Dominic Richmond, who was a sub against the Dominican Republic, he gets the start today, plays for Fleetwood Town in England, another lower league side. And we talked about this last time, but of course, Fleetwood Town is the former employers of Jamie Vardy. For those that followed the English game, one of the best strikers in the last 5-10 years in the English Premiership. The top flight. And of course, a Leicester City legend. Did that ball go out of play? There was a couple of inklings from the Barbados camp there that it may very well have, and the referee has said that the ball did just about go over the line. So it is going to be a throw-in, and it looks like it's going to be a Barbados throw as well. It's going to be Zachary Ellis-Hayden who takes it. And he lofts it into the penalty area. Quick chance to shoot maybe or cross it into the middle. It's blocked. And Barbados have an early corner. Well, Montserrat had a set piece at the other end. Can Barbados take advantage of an early set piece? Elijah Downey will take aim. Ball comes into the middle. Oh, that was a real chance to shoot, but it was well defended. Montserrat sat a little bit deep there, but they get enough contact on it defensively to get it away. It was a really good ball in, but now it's a giveaway high up the field. Maybe a chance for Montserrat to counterattack here. Lovely ball played to the edge of the penalty area. Alex Dyer back onto this near side. Chance to cross. Oh, the offside flag is up. Braham again was making a great run, but it was a mistimed run in the end. Great work from Jamie Allen on this play as well, but the build-up really flowed through Brandon Barzy, as we've come to expect from him. But the attack goes begging because of the offside flag. That brings us back to live action. Ellis Hayden playing it back. Talked about Ellis Hayden a bit earlier. It was actually born in Ontario, Canada. Actually bounced around the second division in the U.S. for a while, the USL Championship, playing for Fresno, Orlando City B, and Oklahoma City Energy. As this ball will flutter out of play for a goal kick. But because of his Canadian roots, as well as his roots with Barbados as well, a lot of his club play recently has been with Canadian league teams. He currently plays in the Canadian Semi-Pro League with an Ontario side, Guelph United. But was one of the better wingbacks for a while in the USL Championship. There's no question about that. Well, again, the last time these two met, it was a 5-goal thriller. By this point in the game, last time, there had already been a goal. Elijah Downey scored inside of 8 minutes, and actually there had been 2 goals. Lyle Taylor scored inside of 6 minutes, so it was actually 1-1 by this portion last time. And, of course, Thierry Gale, who's been just so critical to the Barbados effort in recent years. Not in the squad today, but he also scored. Gave Barbados a brief lead in the game of 2-1, and then an own goal from Codrington Shane totally changed the tide. And then Lyle Taylor snatched the points at the death. Barbados are hoping for a little bit of retribution here today to get Montserrat back for that. Ball is delicately chipped up ahead. And again, it's hit out of play by Ellis Hayden into the waiting arms of Lee Boyer, the head coach of Montserrat. Must have absolutely loved the way his team responded last time out. It was a really hard-fought contest that they came out on the right end of, and now Montserrat have a corner on this near side. Needed to be defended by Akeem Hill, the captain for Barbados, but at the expense of a set piece. Looks like it's going to be Alex Dyer who will take the corner, and the referee has spotted a little bit of friction inside the penalty area. And just make sure that everybody simmers down just a smidge, I should say. Dyer curls it in, and it was right at goal. Ball is not definitively cleared after it was headed off the line, 6-yard line, I should say. And Barbados looking to break the other way. They win a free kick. And that will allow the reset for Barbados on the defensive side of things. Well, again, for Barbados, a lot of the mainstays from last year's Nations League or last iteration of Nations League, and for a big part of this campaign, a part of this lineup tonight. You think of Zachary Applewhite, Akil Applewhite, Akeem Hill, Andre Applewhite, Liam Braithwaite in goal, Keon Atkins, and then some of the notables on the bench as well. Tajio James, Omani Leacock, Devontae Richards comes to mind as well. And the backup goalkeeper, Kishwar Primus, has had his say at times in Barbados' past in this Nations League competition. But it must be said, I think one of the tough parts about League B play this time around has been how deep the groups have been as far as talent and stiff opposition. I mean, it's going to be tough to finish first in a group that has the likes of Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic in it. The way that they have been surging these last few international cycles, this was always going to be a tough ask as far as winning the group for both of these two teams. But that's why it's just as impressive that a team like Montserrat has not only survived to live another day in League B, but the fact that they've done it by beating one of the two stiffer opponents as far as quality is concerned along the way. And Barbados, again, it's just been the defensive side of things that's caught up to them in this year's Nations League. At times, they've shown incredible attacking promise against some of the better teams in the group, but one thing that has been consistent, unfortunate for them, has been the defensive lapses. And you tack on the first match day, and Montserrat's been outscored. I should say Barbados, I beg your pardon, have been outscored 22-5 in the group, and that's just not going to get it done. Montserrat have been able to limit their defensive woes at times, but really the big step, the big leap in the right direction was the game last time out against the Dominican Republic. It all seemed to come together. And now, of course, the big thing for Lee Boyer and his group moving forward is going to be consistency and putting together multiple results in a row. And meanwhile, the concern here is for Akil Applewhite, who we mentioned earlier has been one of the mainstays in this Barbados squad. Picked up a bit of a knock there, and hopefully he is okay. A sporting gesture by Montserrat allows Barbados to regain possession out of the injury stoppage. The ball is sent up ahead. It's a towering header. Barbados were actually briefly looking for a foul there. I think that was on the edge of the penalty area. Instead, it's a corner. And the referee has had a word or two, I think, with one of the Montserrat players. Not entirely sure what that was about. But 15 minutes in, Barbados get another set-piece opportunity. Butcher curls one in, and it was a very, very good ball. No one able to really leap for it in the end. And it goes all the way through and out of play. Sometimes on those corners, you look back and you think it was a bit wasteful because nobody was able to get to it. That was a very, very good bit of service, but nobody reacted quick enough for Barbados. There was definitely an attempt, or I should say a possibility of an attempt to lunge or leap ahead to get a head onto the ball. But the reaction times in the end allow the ball to go out of play. In the meantime, Ellis Hayden thought he was fouled just in front of the Montserrat technical area. It's been given as a throw. Now that's great defensive work by Ellis Hayden, not giving up on the play. And he does well to win a free kick for Barbados at the end of the sequence. Just to dive a little bit deeper into the Barbados Nations League journey, you look back to their last campaign, they really had some positive results. And that's the other thing, too, is a free kick's going to be given to Barbados here. When the level of competition jumps up a little bit, can the teams grow with that? And I think that's what Barbados will try to take from this group stage moving forward. He's trying to catch up to some of the teams that are in this group and in other groups in League B, and trying to get back to League B next time around in what will be a League C campaign for them when Nations League resets. And from the free kick, it was a decent bend on it from Akil Applewhite, who's back into the fold here for the visitors, but easily headed away. And now it's a chance for Montserrat to go the other way. That was a real opportunity for Jamie Allen, but he's dispossessed. And then Barbados win a free kick through Hayden Holligan, who's also been a mainstay for them in recent windows. Another look. It's not the first challenge there. It's actually the second from Jamie Allen, who was trying to recoup possession after he gave the ball away. And of course, if Jamie Allen is able to get his touches right earlier, he could have been in behind. And Barbados put under big-time pressure there. Liam Braithwaite takes no chances and clears the ball out. Well, Montserrat's mixture of pressure and transitional play is what made life very difficult on the Dominican Republic last time out. And if Barbados can't find an answer for it, they could be in a bit of trouble here. It's going to be a Barbados throw. They have the answer that time through Zachary Ellis Hayden, who continues to shine in this first half defensively. It's going to be another free kick given away by Abraham Dorset, who plays for Reading in the English Championship, second division. Oh, we talked about some of the mainstays earlier. I should say I forgot to mention Hayden Holligan in that mix. Should have mentioned him because he's another player that is almost in every team sheet that Barbados puts out there. And when they tend to do well, he's the one that's at the heart of it, it must be said. Certainly at least one of the players that normally makes a big impact when Barbados succeeds. And Elijah Downey, Keon Atkins, who haven't had much of the ball yet in this game, they tend to also shine when Barbados is successful on the pitch. Nadre Butcher on this occasion. He's not able to keep possession. And on the turn, it's a wrestling match that breaks out. Referee lets it go. As Josiah Dyer was brought down. Braham, the captain, is going to curl one into the middle. Oh, great save by Braithwaite. Rebound is chipped back in, and it's headed away. Oh, that was the first real big chance. But Liam Braithwaite comes to the rescue for Barbados, and then on the other end, the offside flag is up, stifling any counter-attacking opportunities. Well, that was a real chance. Oh, and at the tail end of the sequence, a player for Barbados is slow to continue here. Well, that was a lovely end-to-end sequence, but Barbados have a bit of an injury issue here. After a few seconds here of seeing if further action is needed, the referee has called on the medical staff for some assistance. And the teams, at least parts of the teams, are going to reconvene while the injury stoppage happens. Well, if you're just joining us, you just missed the biggest chance of the game so far. Liam Braithwaite making a huge save for Barbados, denying Montserrat the opening goal. Montserrat actually got 2 big chances out of it. But in the end, a big save and then a quick clearance keep us at level pegging for now. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, we've had a brief stoppage here due to an injury. Of course, Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic will also wrap up the group. And of course, we already know that the DR will be staying in League B with Montserrat. Barbados are relegated to League C. And as we get back to live action, Nicaragua, the big winners in the end, with a tremendous and flawless group stage so far, will be in League A next time around. It looks like for now the injury stoppage wasn't too serious, which is always great to see. We'll see if Barbados does have to make an alteration. For now, Montserrat are back on the attack. Greg Braham tries to cross it. It's going to be up for grabs at the back post, but 2 players in green went for it. Neither of them could really redirect it. And Josiah Dyer, in the end, ran into his teammate. I think it was Nico Gordon at the back stick. Nobody communicated. And the attack fizzles out as Akeem Hill, who was the player down earlier, he's able to rejoin us. So it is back to 11 v 11, which is great to see from a Barbados perspective. Ooh, was there a coming together there? Yes, referee brings it back. And it's a free kick, and now Keon Atkins is struggling a little bit here. I think that was Arvam Daniels of Crew Alexander who put in the challenge. Barbados reset. Williams for Ellis Hayden. Ellis Hayden up ahead. Branham's challenge deemed to be fair. Barbados back on the back foot. But Liam Braithwaite does well to recycle the play. And this ball is lofted towards the penalty area, but too close to Corin Brooks. Well, sometimes what gets lost in a big performance can be those small but massive defensive plays, and Corin Brooks, along with the Montserrat defensive unit, had a bunch of those in the Dominican Republic win last time out. But Brandon Barzy, of course, was one of the attacking heroes for Montserrat. Montserrat continue to try to recycle the possession. But Barbados win the ball back. Be a chance to break here in transition. Ball is shot in. Oh, it's a good save. Corin Brooks. Well, it was a very good effort. An unexpected effort, I would say. Didn't expect the shot to come, but when it did, Corin Brooks was ready for it. On the other end, Montserrat looking to break through Jamie Allen. And Allen is a bit overzealous and concedes a free kick. Well, that's our third or fourth end-to-end sequence of the half. Liam Braithwaite has come up with the big moment of the match so far. Oh, and there was a bit of a collision there on the back end of this sequence. Corin Brooks comes up with the ball, but there was a trip up and a bit of a coming together involved as well. I think Corin Brooks had the ball all the way. I just think there might have been a collision because the two players involved didn't quite see where each other were as they were both going for it. Another look at it. Maybe I take that back. A bit of a running into from the backside, actually. Bit of a clumsy challenge, and I think if Corin Brooks didn't get to that, the referee may have been forced to give a free kick. Ellis Hayden. Ooh, that was a dangerous pass. Bit of a slip-up, though. Sees Barbados keep possession. Maybe a chance here to turn. And Barbados again looking active in the attack. Can they create something from this? Applewhite was just looking to find some space. Applewhite again sticking a couple of boots in. And wins the ball back for Barbados, keeping possession alive. Maybe a chance for a cross on this far side. It's going to be recycled. Now it's curled in, but there's no blue shirts past the entry point of the penalty area. And Montserrat come out with possession. Well, that's just a situation where Barbados didn't have enough men spread out in the penalty area. They were all on the near side. And when the ball was played in, all of them were played out of the play in the sequence. Well, we talked about Barbados' road to get here earlier. Of course, Montserrat had the huge win back on match day 1, but then they hit some turbulence and were actually outscored by 9-0 in their next 3 games, all 3-0 defeats. 2 against Nicaragua, 1 against the DR. That's what made the win 3 days ago against the Dominican Republic all the more special for the Emerald Boys. And when you look at not just the FIFA rankings, but also just the way the group is played out, it was quite the shocker. And maybe some afterwards speculating as to whether the Dominican Republic may be looking ahead, but Montserrat played their part. There's no question about that and should be fully credited with, at times, outplaying the Dominican Republic. There's no question about that. And, of course, picking up a massive result for them. And that's another thing, too, where Montserrat could have been accused of the same thing, maybe looking past it, thinking, well, we just need to beat Barbados on the final day and we'll be safe in League B, but they didn't do that. Got to give Lee Boyer's side all the credit for playing who's in front of them, not focusing too much on the future. And their living in the present mentality led them to that big result and could potentially lead them to another result today. But so far, it's been a pretty even match. And there's still 15 minutes left in the half. And maybe Montserrat will get another chance here. They do it. And it's another good save by Liam Braithwaite. Not as tough as the first one, but he still needed to make the save. Not a bad effort on that far side. Josiah Dyer involved again. Montserrat not quite able to breach the Barbados goal this time. And Emerson Boyce has to be pleased with the way his goalkeeper has played, but also so far some pretty good defensive structure from Barbados. At times they've been a little flimsy, but when they've been flimsy, they've done enough to make up for it and keep it at a stalemate. Another good ball played up ahead. Montserrat have numbers this time. It's played into the middle. Oh, big block by Ellis Hayden. Kaleem Strawbridge thwarted by the Barbados defender. It's curled back in, headed and cleared. Oh, what a crucial intervention by Zachary Ellis Hayden. He ends up positioning himself beautifully. And his ball, however, down this near side leads to the offside flag going up. Once again, it opened up for Montserrat on that far side of the pitch. Lovely little ball into the middle to play it square across into the center. And it was a very good strike by Kaleem Strawbridge, who was the match winner against the DR last time out. But Zachary Ellis Hayden, well positioned and read it extremely well on top of that. And that would have been a very difficult save for Liam Braithwaite if Ellis Hayden didn't have his head on a swivel. Good Barbados pressure, but Montserrat play their way out of trouble. Braham on this near side. Can he find a cross? Oh, he plays a lovely ball into a central part of the penalty area. It's recycled for Barzy, who's going to shoot! Oh, it's a brilliant finish! 2 goals in 2 games for Brandon Barzy. That is a lovely finish. And Montserrat do break the deadlock with 12 minutes left in the half. Well, it was just a little nudged header to score against the DR last time out. This time, Barzy scores a laser beam into the back of the net. And Montserrat's pressure does pay off in the end. And the Emerald Boys, continuing to sparkle and shine, lead by a 0-0.
Yes. Goal.
Well, both of Brandon Barzy's goals have come
11.
in these last 2 games.
Barzy in the 33rd minute.
And it's just a lovely, lovely finish.
Barbados 0.
And Barbados, after absorbing so much pressure in this half, do concede, but it must be said, it took a strike of real quality to land the first blow in this League B tie. That's just one of those strikes where it just slashed through multiple players on the way through the penalty area. Sometimes it's deflected, sometimes it's not. That was a very clean strike from Brandon Barzy, who wasn't actually in the starting lineup. That must be reiterated as well. Brandon Barzy was actually on the bench when the lineups came out, but then we were told in the warm-ups that Brandon calmly picked up an injury for Montserrat. So Lee Boyer put Brandon Barzy in the starting lineup, and it's worked a treat. And Montserrat could be in for a second, and they do get it! 2 goals in next to no time. Josiah Dyer makes it 2-0. Well, and Barbados, again on this far side, are not able to deal with it. Great save by Jamie Allen to keep it in play. And Liam Braithwaite had no chance when Josiah Dyer was able to get on the end of it and finish for Montserrat. And as quickly as they went up by 1, they've gone up by 2. And Montserrat double their lead and take a 2-0 advantage. It's Josiah Dyer's first goal in this Nations League campaign. And for a second game running, Montserrat score the first 2 goals of the match. And Barbados, well, sometimes they say it's dangerous to score the first goal because then you can quickly concede and allow a team to get back into it. Well, it was Barbados that put their heads down, and Montserrat added a second very quickly, and now they could be really in the mood here. Barzy Braham on this near side. Could they add another? Ball into the middle is dealt with by the Barbados back line. It's a poor pass up ahead. And the hosts have a throw just in front of their manager, Lee Boyer. Now, it was 0-0 for so long. Montserrat, of course, had the better chances, but 2 goals in very quick succession have proved to be double trouble for Barbados here in this first half. Barzy and then Josiah Dyer. And Barbados have a mountain to climb now if they are to get back into this. And Montserrat's confidence has been as high as it's been all competition. I think that's fair to say. They just needed one, and it led quickly to the second.
Number 19, Josiah Dyer in the 35th minute. Montserrat 2, Barbados 0.
Ends up going down as 2 goals in about 2 minutes for Montserrat. And they look like they are in search of a third here. Branham tries to keep it in. Did it go off of Ellis Hayden? It did. It's going to be a corner. Well, there was initial wait there to find out what the referee was going to decide, and in the end he's given a corner. With games of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, our center official gives Montserrat this short corner to take. Dyer takes it short. This one's right off the training ground. And Strawbridge was not able to release a shot in the end. But this is Dominic Richmond weaving his way through challenges. But in the end, too much dribbling, and he's dispossessed. That is going to be a foul, and it is a free kick. Elijah Downing wins Barbados a set piece. Ooh, and Alex Dyer has been booked for the challenge. Well, initially that looked to be a run-of-the-mill challenge there. But as we saw the replay, maybe because of that treading on the leg from Alex Dyer, didn't look like there was a ton, but referee maybe deeming that was enough to make it a reckless challenge. And that is the first yellow card of the match. We tick down on 5 minutes plus stoppage time left in the half. Can Barbados find their way back into it? Got the official minutes on the goals as well. 34th for Barzy, 36th minute for Dyer. And that 1-2 punch has given Montserrat a good lead to work with towards the end of the half. And now they look to add on to it as Jamie Allen tried to get past a couple of challenges. It's kept alive by Richmond. Richmond has help on the far side. Strawbridge. Oh, it's lovely skill. Great ball into the middle, and it was a chance for Josiah Dyer again, but he couldn't get his head to it. Recycled by Braham, the captain. Montserrat probing. Barbados defending very well on this occasion. Can they break the other way? In the end, it's going to be well defended by Abraham Dorset. And a whistle will stop the sequence, and Montserrat will keep it.
Montserrat 2, Barbados 0.
from the free kick. And he's headed back to Braithwaite. Well, it was a good ball, looking for Jamie Allen, who's been well involved on that far side. That far side of the pitch, that right channel, has been where Barbados have had the leaks defensively. I wonder if Emerson Boyce will have a look at that at halftime and maybe make an adjustment or two. Everywhere else has been rather strong for Barbados, but when Montserrat have got going, it's been through that far channel. It's a challenge that comes in. It's a bit of a fierce one, but the referee gives a throw, it looks like. Well, Hayden Holligan, he's slow to get up here for Barbados. Ellis Hayden. From the throw, a little bit of a coming together there, but Montserrat come out with possession. Alex Dyer down the line. Oh, and Montserrat, I think we're looking for advantage to be played there. It's just going to be a foul. Ooh, it's not just going to be a foul. It's going to be a yellow card on Mario Williams. So each team has seen yellow now. Oh, and there's actually two hands around the goal scorer, Josiah Dyer. And it's another set piece for Montserrat to work with at the tail end of the first half. From the free kick. It's taken short. Oh, was there a penalty appeal there? There was at least an appeal. Referee points for a goal kick instead.
Number 4, Mario Williams.
Well, that was a bit of a rash challenge, but I think the referee was looking at the fact that maybe the player went down a little too easily inside the area. Not enough from his view to give it, so we play on. We're told there's going to be 3 added minutes at the end of this half. A half that has seen Barzy, an unlikely hero for Montserrat, only because he wasn't expected to start the game, and Josiah Dyer scoring his first Nations League goal of this campaign. And Montserrat are in the box seat to get up to 9 points as we enter the confirmed 3 added minutes at the end of the half.
A minimum of 3 minutes of additional time to be added in the first half.
Will there be one more big chance in the half? Of course, the next goal is always important in a 2-0 scoreline. A Montserrat goal could put it out of reach, but a Barbados goal could totally change the complexion. Bit of game management here and clock management for Montserrat to make sure that Barbados don't get that late chance. That's another lovely ball played up ahead. Just needs a cross into the middle, but it's well defended on the far side. Josiah Dyer appreciates the effort to create another opportunity. but it is going to be a goal kick. Cleared away by Corin Brooks. Barbados win the ball back here, high up the field. Cross comes into the middle, but again, nobody there in a blue shirt to really attack it. And for now, the attack fizzles out with under a minute left of stoppage time. Ellis Hayden. Well, it's one back by Montserrat as they look to finish the half strong. It was a very even half for so long, but then the 2 goals in 2 minutes made it look like it wasn't an even half, but it really was. But 2 very good finishes, the first in particular of the highest quality, put Montserrat in a very good position heading into halftime. Again, Montserrat with possession in their own half. 3 minutes are up of stoppage time. It's at the referee's discretion. Ball is sent ahead. Whistle goes. Looks like it is going to be a free kick. Well, again, we've had the 3 added minutes. Not sure where the extra 30 seconds have come from here. But Montserrat take their free kick, and they'll take a 2-0 lead into the halftime break. 2 goals in 2 minutes from Brandon Barzy and Josiah Dyer have Montserrat in pole position to win their 2nd straight game in the Nations League to close out this campaign. Barbados, no
next goal. Stop by the keeper for Haiti.
me have both come on. 17 and 23 are on for Barbados. Elijah Downey and Keon Atkins making way. And of course, the teams will switch sides to start this second half. Montserrat lead by 2-0 as they try to finish off this group stage on a high note. They scored 2 goals in 2 minutes in the first half. Brandon Barzy, followed up by Josiah Dyer. And Montserrat will be attacking from left to right in this second half. Barbados are hoping to pick up at least a point from this game to not finish at the bottom and in League C, of course, with just no points. However, they have to overcome a 2-goal deficit in order to do so. It must be said, the last time these two met, it was Barbados who had the lead, but they squandered it in the end. So Barbados maybe could feel here that they could do the reverse on Montserrat, as that challenge came in and a yellow card was shown. Another look, and it was actually a bit of a for body contact, to say the least, from Josiah Dyer. And the goal scorer is booked for the challenge. Well, this will lead to a Barbados set-piece opportunity. And it must be said, they haven't done well with set pieces yet, but maybe Andre Applewhite can change that here. They need to be fruitful set-piece opportunities if Barbados is to get back into it. Applewhite's ball in. It comes out to the edge of the penalty area, and it's a wonderful finish. Brooks gets a hand to it, but Barbados gets one back inside of 2 minutes at the start of the second half. And it's game on. It's 2-1. That's a brilliant, brilliant finish. A left-booted strike by the substitute, Rashad Jules, of all people. Talk about an instant impact. He comes on and breathes new life into this Barbados comeback. He's the first man not named Thierry Gale to score for Barbados in this group stage. And the visitors are right back into this. Now, Emerson Boyce, talk about making two remarkably quick impacting substitutions at halftime. That did not take very long. And similar to the last game for Montserrat, they took a 2-0 lead, but their opponent has cut the lead in half. And now can Barbados use this newfound confidence to get back into this? Now, we told you there was going to be some drama. We've got the drama. Barbados trying to come back from a 2-0 deficit, and they have plenty of time to do so after they get the early goal. What a strike from Rashad Jules. Ooh, that's a bad back pass at the other end. But the goalkeeper does very, very well there. Liam Braithwaite, he made some big saves in the first half. Reacts quick enough. And was that handled by the goal scorer? It looks like it was. Jules plays it onto his arm. And it's going to be a Montserrat free kick. Well, sometimes we talk about comeback attempts in games like this, and it always comes down to, can you get that first goal? And then if so, when do you get it? Because then you know how much time you have left to get it back to level terms or to complete the comeback fully in order to potentially win the match outright. Montserrat, of course, will look to get that goal back as they win a corner on this near side. For Barbados, yes, they've gotten back into it, but can they avoid conceding another goal? The 3 goals they conceded against Montserrat on match day 1 are still the fewest that they've conceded in a game to this point. Well, it'll start with the defending. Alex Dyer will take the corner. It's a good corner. It was a searching ball in, and it's deflected out. It'll be another Montserrat corner, 5 minutes into the second half. And what a 5 minutes it has been. Barbados have gotten right back into this, but now they have this to defend. Ball is curled in. It's... Ooh, there's a trip up inside the penalty area. Referee lets it play on. And Barbados still have to clear this on the far side. And in the end, they've conceded another corner. Well, Rashad Jules dwelled on that for way too long, needed to get rid of it. And because he took too long, he's given Montserrat another set piece. Well, that was a situation where Barbados will feel they've defended it well enough to get it out of their own end. And because it's a cheaply given away corner, they have another set piece to go through. Talked about the two changes for Barbados. Montserrat are unchanged to this point. In by Dyer. Whistle goes for a foul away from the ball. And it is a Barbados free kick at the end of the set piece sequence. That is going to be a foul against the Barbados goal scorer, Jules. And Montserrat will get yet another free kick. Ooh, that's going to be a chance for a third. That happened quickly on this near side. Big last-ditch defending. I think Mario Williams gets the telling touch. Oh, another look. It was a free kick that took almost everybody by surprise, and it is Williams thwarting Jamie Allen on his big cross into the middle. Well, and Montserrat, in some ways, picking up where they left off in the first half with a goal from Barbados in the middle of that, but now Alex Dyer going to put more pressure on. And it's headed sideways in the end, nowhere near the goal. Cleared away by Butcher. Be a chance for Barbados to break the other way, however. Montserrat are able to recycle the play back to Brooks. Well, we said earlier, these teams met on match day 1 of the group stage. However, they have met once prior to that in the history of these two clubs, or I should say these two countries, beg your pardon. It's the third all-time meeting. The first meeting actually came back at the 2011 Gold Cup. The game was played on October 8th, 2010. Barbados won that game, if you could believe it, by 5-0. Of course, Montserrat had to wait quite a bit of time to get their revenge on match day 1 of this group stage, some 13 years later. And now it is this game that has proved to be the rematch, but also in some ways the tiebreaker on head-to-head between these two. The rubber game, if you will. And after Montserrat took a 2-0 lead in the first half, Barbados have cut it back to 2-1 and have a corner kick here from Nadre Butcher. That's played into the middle. Again, it's dangerous, but nobody in blue attacks it. And was there a challenge in behind by Applewhite? Oh, a shot comes in, and it's parried away by Brooks. Well, Jules nearly made it a double, and it's out for another Barbados corner. Well, another chance out of nothing. But Corin Brooks comes up with a really good reaction save here. down to his left, and at the end, it was a comfortable height, and a well-struck shot by the goal scorer. Well, and before the kick is taken, Jules is summoned along with Dorset as they were getting into it inside the 18-yard box, fighting for positioning. Akil Applewhite, he's going to take this Barbados corner as they look to find an equalizer. Applewhite's ball in. It's headed on! And in the end, it is headed wide of the goal. What a chance! Well, some miscommunication by Montserrat inside the penalty area. Nobody picked up the back post. And Montserrat left a bit exposed there. Are lucky that the header went wide of the post. Well, that's how close Barbados came to equalizing. Montserrat come back the other way. Strawbridge was the hero last time. Strawbridge stays with it on this near side. He tumbles over. Referee points for a goal kick. Strawbridge felt he was fouled. He may have had a little bit of a case there, but the assistant saying maybe he went down a little too easily. Now then, Jules. Couple of fancy cutbacks. Can he find some space? He can. Jules into the middle. Oh, it's too much. Too much on it. That was a real chance. If Jules plays that anywhere closer to the surface, Barbados again just would have needed a touch on target. That ball is sent ahead. Easy enough for Liam Braithwaite. The ball's played down the far side. Another chance for Barbados to maybe make something of it. But it trickles out of play for a goal kick. And again, both of these teams have won once against the other in the history of this fixture. As we highlighted earlier, it is just one of the interesting things about Concacaf play, isn't it? You can go so long without playing an opponent. This fixture really highlights that. And then all of a sudden, 2 times in 3 months' time, you play them twice. After not playing a certain country, in this case, these two being compared, in almost a decade and a half. 3 months' time, 2 meetings. And 2 very interesting meetings, it must be said. That's the other part of this, too, that should be mentioned, how much these two have sort of evened out compared to the other since that 2011 Gold Cup match. It certainly was a long time ago. Strawbridge into the middle. It's Jules, who has done so well in an attacking sense, who does well here defensively. And then a little bit of afters between Jules and Strawbridge. The intensity has been ramping up as the match has moved along. It is a Barbados free kick as we approach the hour mark here in Plymouth, Montserrat. Again, if Montserrat can hold on, they'll finish on 9 points, and As we already know, they've secured safety in League B for the next Concacaf Nations League. Barbados, all they can do is pick up their first 3 points in the group. That's the best case scenario. They know that they'll be playing League C games next time around. But finishing on a high note could be huge for their momentum moving ahead into the fixtures to come. They have 30 minutes plus stoppage time to get back on level terms and maybe, just maybe, complete the turnaround. Strawbridge and Montserrat have other ideas. This ball's played down the near side. Gordon helps out. Gordon plays for Birmingham City in the English Championship. The second city in England, if you will. Of course, second meaning second highest population behind, of course, London, the capital city. And speaking of Gordon, he's fouled. And it's a Montserrat free kick. And here's how it happened. Keem Hill, the captain, with a bit of a clumsy challenge. Alex Dyer is complaining here that Jules is not far enough back for the free kick. He's been told he's in the right position. And it's curled in very well, and it's headed in. Montserrat, once again, have a 2-goal advantage. Donovan Daniels heads it in for Montserrat's third. Great service by Alex Dyer. And it's a diving Daniels header to give Montserrat a 3-1 lead. Now Barbados have struggled creating from set pieces, but it's the defensive side of the set pieces that's let them down on this occasion. The Jules goal canceled out, and Montserrat's 2-goal lead is restored. And that will lead to another Barbados change. Andre Butcher is going to make way. And another one of their key cogs who starts the night on the bench but comes on now as a substitute, Tajio James, will look to come on and again try to build Barbados back to level terms. But now they need to once again. Oh, we said this in the Dominican Republic game as well. The timeliness of Montserrat's goals in this game and the last against the DR have certainly been very, very good. 2 goals towards the end of the first half tonight. And after they saw Barbados peg them back ever so slightly in the opening stages of the half, midway through the second half, Montserrat once again doubled their lead and are hoping for more here as Strawbridge gets inside the penalty area. It's still Strawbridge, and in the end it's too close to Liam Pathwaite. And then the whistle stops the play as a player for each team. He's slow to continue here.
So in number 9, Tajio James out. Andre Butcher in the 63rd minute. Goal. Montserrat. Number 6, Donovan Daniels in the 62nd minute. Montserrat 3.
Donovan Daniels getting a bit of a curtain call here after the PA announced his goal. The concern at the moment is on the 2 players down, 1 for each side, as we tick down on 26 minutes left. And now again, Montserrat will feel that they are in pole position for the points. And to finish with 2 straight wins would just be a huge, huge step in the right direction for Lee Boyer's group. And Barbados to leave League B with nothing to their name points-wise would be a very tough pill to swallow, but there's still time for them to maybe turn this around. They got a brief glimmer of hope, but Montserrat have sent them back down towards a 2-goal deficit. Keem Hill, not for the first time tonight, was the Barbados player who was struggling. he is allowed to rejoin us. And I believe, for now, we are back to 11 v 11. That's nice skill on this near side. As Gordon and Strawbridge do well. Oh, and that's a very late challenge that comes in. It's a Montserrat free kick. And I must say, that I'm a little surprised a yellow card hasn't come out there straight away. Now, another look. Ball has long since been released. And it's a very, very tardy challenge. Doesn't look like the referee is given a yellow card, and we move on. That's a bit surprising. Just the free kick in the end. Was a bit of a rash challenge, and again, not only was it rash, it was very late as well. Oh, Barbados could have the ball in behind here. Another chance to maybe get this back within one. But the shot from a difficult angle is skied over the top of Corin Brooks' goal. And it is going to be a goal kick in the end. Oh, that's a lovely run down this far side. Strawbridge looks to shoot! And he curls it wide of the post after a lovely weaving run on the outskirts of the penalty area. Well, and we know Kaleem Strawbridge can certainly score high-quality goals. So anytime he touches the ball on the edge of the penalty area, it could be very dangerous. Not on that occasion, though. On the other end, Barbados with a cross in from Applewhite. It's kept alive for a shot, and it's ricocheted out of play. And Barbados win a corner here. Well, again, can Barbados be a little bit more clinical from set pieces? That's what's let them down at times tonight. And really, set pieces on both sides defensively as well have been a bit of an issue. This is a chance to rectify that, although there's some pushing and shoving going on in the penalty area as tempers continue to fray at times in this one. But in some ways, again, you don't always want to see that, but it does show how much these two teams want it in a game with, I must say, not a ton on the line in the big picture, but in the near future, it is a big, big momentum shifter. And of course, there's a lot to be said for ending a campaign on a high note. At the moment, Montserrat are in pole position to do that, and these two teams are fighting for just that. Can Barbados claw another one back? From the corner, it is a high arcer. It's over everybody's head, but it is retrieved for a Barbados recycle. And Hill, in the end, is dispossessed as he tried to turn into space. Mario Williams tries to spray one back into the penalty area. Still could be a chance for a cross here. The ball's been played rather well. Cross into the middle is blocked. Ellis Hayden picks up the pieces. His crossing is very good, and it's headed away. And it's another Barbados corner with just over 20 minutes left, plus stoppage time. It'll be Barbados' goal scorer, Rashad Jules.
Should I do it again?
who will take the corner. Can he find somebody in blue? From the corner. It's headed high into the air. It's not cleared yet. Still being headed around inside the penalty area. Barbados trying to keep it alive. And it is cleared out. Chance for a recycle. Ball's curled back in. Oh, it nearly fell for Jules. Still could fall for a chance. It's recycled back out. Oh, and Ellis Hayden couldn't keep it in. And it's going to be a throw into Montserrat. Oh, that was a real chance. Great service back in. It must be said, Rashad Jules was lurking inside the penalty area. It didn't fall nicely enough for him. And it just didn't really work out in the end there for Barbados, who will make another change here. Zachary Applewhite, he's going to come off. And Omani Leacock, again, who's been a big bright spot over the years for Barbados, is going to come on.
Zachary Applewhite.
Under 20 minutes of the 90 left. Montserrat will try to do what they did last time against the Dominican Republic and show some really good game management now with a 2-goal lead. Have the ball via the free kick, which they take right away. Sean St. Jacques here with you, our entire crew. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. There's been a few twists and turns. We expected a bit of drama in this one based on the previous fixture in this Nations League. That has been the case. And now Strawbridge looks to find another one for Montserrat. His ball into the middle, doesn't find a head. Another cross back in. He's blasted out for a goal kick. Well, that could have been a moment to maybe seal the deal. But Barbados have it back. A chance to counter. And a challenge comes in. It's a foul. And in the end, it's a free kick. Of course, it's been a big day of Nations League already. We had the 2 p.m. window games, Eastern Standard Time, of course, as Barbados win a corner. And, of course, later on tonight, we've got the League A quarterfinals, second legs. Of course, U.S. defending champions against Trinidad and Tobago. And then, of course, Panama against Costa Rica. U.S. and Panama have the big leads as they try to hold on. And not only get to the semifinals in Dallas, but of course clinch Copa America spots for 2024. All of that is still to come tonight. From the corner, Barbados, again, not the best service. It's cleared away. And Montserrat will recycle their defensive unit, as Barbados will settle for a throw in the end. Ooh, there's a player down for Montserrat. Behind the play, Abraham Dorset. He's struggling a bit here. He will be attended to. Well, the 2 games that have already finished in Nations League today both came in League C. Big win for Aruba over the Cayman Islands. They won by 5-1. Again, that was in the 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time window. And Dominica with a 2-0 win over Turks and Caicos earlier today as well. So big wins for those 2 countries. Montserrat trying to follow suit here. And then we will see the big boys play later on tonight. Trinidad and Tobago hosting the U.S. As again, tempers between these 2 fraying ever so slightly. U.S. has a 3-0 lead on aggregate from the first leg, and then Panama hosting Costa Rica after that one's over in Panama City. Panama also with a 3-0 cushion from the first leg. Really impressive win from the Canalmen in Costa Rica. Well, again, there's two reasons for the stoppage. There was an injury for one of the Montserrat players, but then it boiled over a little bit between the two sides. And now everyone's has to reset, because here comes the Barbados throw, and it's headed around inside the penalty area, and the whistle goes. It's a free kick. Well, it's almost as if both teams weren't ready for the throw when it came in. Both were scrambling to get back in position. In the end, it works out for Montserrat. They can use a bit more clock here, and they get a set piece. And of course, there's plenty more Nations League to come tomorrow as well. Some huge, huge fixtures. It's going to be a foul and a free kick. Of course, Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic will wrap up this group. We'll have St. Vincent and the Grenadines for you against Belize in the 2 o'clock window Eastern time tomorrow. That's a big game. French Guiana and Bermuda as well. When this ball is picked off, chance for Montserrat to come the other way. A chance to seal it. Little push in the penalty area, maybe. Referee says no. And then that is a poor challenge on the other end. And Brandon Barzy, who thought he was fouled, commits a foul. And it is a Barbados free kick. Now another look. Barzy does well initially. Oh, there was a little bit of a push in the back there, but again, I think the referee said maybe too easily he goes down, and then Barzy with a retaliatory challenge gives away a free kick, and I must say is lucky to not see yellow here. Doesn't look like he's been booked. Now the player for Barbados who's down is in quite a bit of discomfort here. And that'll lead us into another injury stoppage. Again, we hope that the player is okay. And just to wrap up the thought on the upcoming schedule tomorrow, Guyana will take on Antigua and Barbuda. Of course, Guyana was supposed to play the Bahamas a couple of days ago. That game has been delayed a couple of times. It is still going to be rescheduled, we believe. Puerto Rico against the Bahamas in the other game tomorrow. Bonaire against St. Martin in League C as well. But then the two big ones later on in the evening, League A quarterfinals. Canada hosting Jamaica with a 2-1 lead on aggregate, and Mexico trailing against rivals Honduras by 2-0. We'll see if El Tri can come back, or will it be La Hache's night at the Azteca? Now to look at the sequence while we allow the injury to be taken care of. And in the meantime, Montserrat are going to make a couple of changes here. Josiah Dyer is going to make way. Adrian Clifton is going to come on. And Jamaid Mead will come on as well. Kaleem Strawbridge will exit. Two of the heroes from these last few match days involved. And both will get a nice hand on their way out.
And number 3, Gerard Mead. Out, number 10.
First two changes that Montserrat have made. We saw a similar substitution pattern in the win over the DR last time out.
Out number 19.
Montserrat took quite a bit of time last time out as well to make their changes. They've waited till almost 10 minutes left of the 90 here, and of course there will likely be a decent chunk of stoppage time due to the injuries. That ball's out of play. It's a Montserrat throw. 10 minutes of the 90 left, and we're expecting a decent chunk of added time as well.
Substitution in the 80th minute. 80th minute.
Of course, one of the reasons to bring up the future games that we'll have for you is because there's still so much to be played, especially in League B, Group C. A lot can still happen. A lot can still happen in this game. It's been a bit choppy due to the injury stoppages, but Barbados still has a puncher's chance to get back into this. But Montserrat are trying to slow the game down and manage it. They will do so again by winning a free kick.
Your stadium count. The stadium
Again, we can't say enough about how important these last two games have been for Montserrat in particular, to show the defensive improvements that they have shown, and to back that up with some great goal tallies as well. Complete performances that we've seen so far. Still 9 minutes left in this one, but that will do them wonders moving ahead. And those are the kind of games, this game and the Dominican Republic game, are the kind of performances that can vault a team up to the next level. And who knows, maybe next time around in League B, Montserrat will be the team right at the top of the table. You never quite know when it comes to these kind of competitions. Of course, Barbados will feel that they can get promoted right back out of League C and into League B. They've already done it once before. They will feel they can go ahead and do it again and try to give it another go next time around in Nations League. Of course, they still feel that they have 8 minutes left to maybe make a bit of a statement here. But Montserrat want to wrap things up, and it's a decent effort from the edge of the penalty area, but I think there was a deflection which took the sting out of the shot, and Liam Braithwaite had no troubles with it. Applewhite up ahead. This is Akil Applewhite. And Montserrat win the ball back, and challenge comes in from Omani Leacock. It's a Montserrat free kick won by Jamie Allen, who was very good in the first half, and he's helped the effort quite well here in the second half. Two goals in the first half for Montserrat in 2 minutes. And the two sides have traded goals in the second half. And that's where we stand at the moment. It's a Montserrat free kick. Barzy and Dyer in the first half. Jules at the start of the second half. But then a big diving header from Donervam Daniels has given Montserrat the current 3-1 scoreline that they enjoy for the time being. And of course, another would surely wrap up the points. Alex Dyer takes a very similar free kick that he took on the Daniels goal. It's almost from the exact same spot. Can he find someone in green yet again? In by Dyer. Headed high into the air, but the whistle goes. Braithwaite made the catch, but it is going to be a free kick for Barbados. Leacock just about kept that in. Great hustle. And Leacock, nice move to get past a couple defenders into the penalty area. Leacock gets it back and tries to shoot, but it's a good clearance and good intervention. Montserrat come away with the ball, and they come away with a free kick. And a yellow card comes out for the late challenge as well. And it looks like it will be the substitute Zico Edmi who sees a yellow card for the visitors. Another look. It's a lovely weaving run by Brandon Barzy. And it's, again, Edmi, the substitute, who, trying to stop the transitional play, concedes the free kick and is written
Yellow
up
card.
into the referee's book.
Barbados. Number 17, Zico Edmi. Zico Edmi in the 86th minute. 86th minute.
Lovely ball curled onto this near side for Nico Gordon. Gordon down the line. Chance for Jamie Allen to work with it. Gordon again. Allen again. Allen's ball in is dangerous. It's knee down. Chance to shoot. Good save by Braithwaite. And the rebound is snuffed out. Well, that was the substitute, Meade, who took aim. Good save by Liam Braithwaite. Not for the first time tonight that he's come up with something. But Montserrat keep on coming. And another reverse ball chopped back in. He's cleared away, but not definitively cleared. Meade again. To the edge of the penalty area, and it's going to be deflected out for a Montserrat throw with 3 minutes plus stoppage time left. Gordon. Meade. Shot comes in. Oh, it's a thunderbolt. Dominic Richmond with the goal of the night. And Montserrat finish off this group stage with a glorious moment. The points are surely secured. And what a strike by Richmond. Nothing Braithwaite could do about that. And Montserrat have a 4-1 cushion. How about that for a strike? We've seen some great goals in this group and in this group stage. We've seen some great goals tonight. That is up with the best of them. Dominic Richmond out of the top drawer gives Montserrat a 3-goal lead and secures 3 more points.
For Montserrat, number 16, Dominic Richmond.
What a finish by Dominic Richmond.
Montserrat 4.
And the points are all but secured now. As we tick down into the 90th minute. Well, again, Barbados showed some signs they could come back, but when they've needed to be, Montserrat have been so clinical. And they've scored, in particular, 2 tremendous goals.
You're going to 10 for Dom, because he scored, he shouldn't have. You're 20, what's Dom?
And we're getting now close to stoppage time. And Montserrat are getting closer to finishing with a flourish. Barbados will make another change. Javante Richards is going to come on. And Andre Applewhite is going to come off. And the Montserrat support are really starting to enjoy themselves now. We go into 5 added minutes at the end of the match. And Montserrat are getting some changes ready as well. Well, it's always a high-scoring affair, isn't it, when these two get together? 5 goals in the first meeting back in 2010. 5 goals in the last meeting in September of this year. 5 goals again between the two tonight. And there's still time for a bit more. As Barbados look for a foul on the edge of the penalty area, not given. Montserrat looking for another maybe to really make sure, but Barbados do their defensive duties this time. And they do deal with that intervention. 4 minutes left when a yellow card has been shown. Looks like it's to Rashad Jules, who scored Barbados' goal. And here comes the cavalry, the late cavalry for Montserrat. Siegel Rodney, he's going to come on. Bradley Woods and Lucas Kimon are all going to come on here at the end. Looks like Nico Gordon, Jamie Allen are going to come off. And also the goal scorer, Dominic Richmond, he's going to come off as well.
Out number 4.
And just to recap, the subs, Lucas Kernon, Bradley Woods, Siegel Rodney, all coming on. Nico Gordon, Jamie Allen, and the goal scorer of a glorious, glorious goal, Dominic Richmond of Fleetwood Town in England. Scoring the 4th, he comes off to a round of applause. And now Montserrat could be in for another Braithwaite. Oh, he does very well. Liam Braithwaite is able to just paw it into his arms with Rodney lurking. Well, before this window, things weren't looking so good for Montserrat. We talked about that tonight and during the Dominican Republic game. How quickly the script has changed for them. They go from 3 points up to 9 in a matter of days, in less than a week. And again, it will secure them safety in League B for the next Nations League. And who knows what kind of momentum it will give them in the months and games to come. Final 2 minutes of the match. And again, after Brandon Barzey's goal went in earlier, it was going to take a heck of a finish to top that. But we got it from Dominic Richmond. Oh, and Barbados might get a chance to get back into this here. A challenge comes in. Oh, it might have been handled on the edge, and the ball goes in. Well, there were 2 big penalty shouts. But in the end, it's finished off by Tajio James, the substitute. And in the blink of an eye, Barbados get one back. It's 4-2, and there's about 2 minutes left. Well, that's a penalty. There's no question about that. Not given. The referee gave advantage instead, and there was actually a handball in there as well, it looked like. But Tajio James ended up scoring it, and I think if he did, it surely would have been brought back for a penalty. But Tajio James scores, and it's 4-2. Most goals ever scored in this fixture. And Barbados have a minute, maybe 2 minutes left to make this a little bit interesting.
Goal for Barbados, number 9.
Because of the substitutes, there might be a chance we go into a 6th added minute. But are Barbados going to have enough time left? Might be too little, too late. Although Lee Boyer, I should say, the Montserrat manager, won't be happy with the way they conceded that goal. It was a cheap giveaway. It's really the first time in this window Montserrat have made a huge defensive error. It has cost them, but it might just be a consolation. Barbados would have to score and then hope there's another minute left. Jules on the backside is dispossessed. It's a throw-in for Montserrat. That'll end the 5 minutes, and then we'll see how much more time there will be for those substitutions. Well, time might run out on Barbados, but that's a nice little moment of momentum at the end of this group stage for them. But in the end, it is Montserrat's night here in Plymouth. A 6-goal thriller in the end sees the Emerald Boys pick up 6 points out of 6 from these last 2 group stage games. They finish on 9 points with League B games to come for them next time around. In the Nations League, Barbados finished bottom of the group with no points to their name, but they had a valiant effort at the end to try and make it interesting. Quite a few twists and turns despite a few ebbs and flows in the game, but a lovely strike from Dominic Richmond in the end steals the headlines at the end in a Montserrat 4-2 victory. Now, goals galore every time these two get together, 5 goals apiece in the first 2 meetings, despite them being 13 years apart. And just a few months after they met for the second time in this 3rd meeting, they score 6 goals between the two. But it's Lee Boyer's boys that get 4 out of the 6 and get 3 very important points and a bit of momentum on the board at the end of this group stage. Now, Nicaragua and the Dominican Republic will finish things out tomorrow. There is a slight chance that Montserrat could finish 2nd in this group for what that's worth. However, the Dominican Republic would have to concede quite a few goals tomorrow for that to happen on the goal differential tiebreaker. But in the end, Montserrat will just feel happy that they've finished it strong and finished it out with 2 straight wins. Full-time highlights from this one here in Plymouth. Again, Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, thrilled to have had you with us for this one. A chance to go back through the moments of the match. And it began with this wonderful goal from Brandon Barsby in the 34th minute. It was quite a stalemate up until that point. That was the opening goal to make it 1-0. And 2 minutes later, Josiah Dyer on the doorstep made it 2-0 to Montserrat with 9 minutes left in the half. And that's where we stood at the end of the first half. And there were a couple of bookings at the back end of the first 45 minutes. That took us into the second half with Montserrat leading by 2-0. However, it must be said, it didn't take Barbados too much time to get back into the match. This set piece here, and then this beautiful strike that was touched in by Brooks in the end. He couldn't quite save it. Rashad Jules, the substitute, making an instant impact. However, his goal was wiped out by a diving header from Donovan Daniels in the 62nd minute to make it 3-1. And there was a penalty appeal here. A few more chances for Montserrat. A couple of rash challenges and really a couple of yellow cards that should have come out that didn't come out in the end. But then Montserrat kept on pushing. They kept on managing the game well. That should be said on top of that. That was really important as well. But then Dominic Richmond with the moment of the match, a screamer into the back of the net to make it 4-1 to Montserrat in the 88th minute. And then a poor moment defensively here. A couple of penalties that could have easily been given, but advantage was played, and Tajio James got Barbados a stoppage time consolation. Well, a really fun game in the end. A 6-goal thriller between these two. Montserrat and Barbados seemingly never disappoint when they come together. But it's Montserrat who win it by 4-2. 4 different goal scorers, capped off by a wonderful finish by Dominic Richmond in the dying embers. And again, Montserrat stay in League B moving forward. Barbados drop into League C. For our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. That's it for our coverage here in Plymouth. We say so long from Montserrat. It finishes Montserrat 4, Barbados 2.